one time, but if you have the gumption just to walk up with
I've got
a
it,
few
man.
hundred people and just say, you know what, cut a promo for my podcast, I assume that you have.
Well, let's just jump right into it because Jordan started talking when he wasn't supposed to. Jordan, how you doing today?
Oh, you already started?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, my sincerest apologies.
Oh, my
I'm just
goodness.
over here living in my own world over here, not realizing we already started.
We're
But
a
hi,
hot
everyone.
mess. I skipped the whole intro and everything because we had already.
So it's on you.
No, the YouTube people could hear it. There's nothing scarier than a YouTube comment section.
Oh boy.
There's nothing more frightening.
The YouTube comment section.
The YouTube comment section, yeah. So, Jordan, we're here. It is week 10. And it's not actually week 10. It's a Monday. It's a
We're getting
Monday.
back in the swing of getting to you weekly. It's just a little bit off schedule.
Well,
I'll say.
I think it's understandably. We typically will go live on Tuesday nights. There's something major happening tomorrow. If you
if you live in the United States,
if you live in the United States, which I'm pretty sure most of you do,
yeah,
is election night. Go vote. It is important. Go vote. So we figured, we're not going to go live for that or during that. So let's just do it now. So technically, the Chiefs and the Buccaneers are currently playing to end out Week 9. I don't remember off the top of my head. Who did we have playing in this? Who did we like? It was Xavier
Cade
Worthy.
Otton.
Oh, Cade Otton.
Cade Otton was our pick today. So.
Well, let me tell you.
Come on.
As of 7:39, he has one catch for 9 yards. All right.
That's what I'm talking about. 2 points.
At what, Cade?
Yeah.
2 points. But we're week 10. It's good to have you guys here. If you missed our announcement last week, I guess technically it was only 2 days ago, make sure you go back, watch that video. Want everyone to be aware of that, all that stuff. But we forge ahead.
Week 10. Let's do it.
It's week 10. Jordan, how did this past week go for you?
Not great, to be honest.
You won in the home league.
That might be it, though.
Ooh,
I think I
I
dropped it early.
I'm looking at Sleeper, and it's all just green bars.
Ooh. Is there anything better than, like, a Sunday afternoon, noon games are done, halfway through the...
Like 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock.
Yeah, it's like 5, 6 p.m., and you, like, pop open your and it's just green bars. Like, solid greens. You're like,
I love it.
yeah, there's nothing better. There's nothing better.
Nothing better.
Yeah, that wasn't me this week.
No, a lot of red. A lot of
No,
red
sir.
for you.
Yep, I got no chance. Tonight, I'm not, like, watching this game just for fun after this.
Ugh.
But for no stakes. No stakes for me in this game tonight.
Jamie's in the chat said Miko Hardman just went down with a shoulder injury. Hate to hear it. Hate to hear it. Not really fantasy relevant right now, but still, I mean, who knows who's the receiver there right now? So
yeah, what's the Chiefs' receiver situation is just
Well, Xavier Worthy had a big catch to start the game, and then it got taken back. So
see
38
What are you
yards.
gonna
It's like, that's a bummer. Jordan, week 10 is here. We are what, 4 or 5 weeks away, 6 weeks away from the NFL or from the
playoffs here.
Thank you.
4
Jeez,
weeks.
10.
10. Kind of week 14. Those
So
generally
it's
start.
it's
depending on how many
starting
people.
to get to that point. Starting to get to that point where I think we got some trade deadlines happening here, either this week or next. So
Yep.
you got to really start making those. Really start making those moves if you need. Maybe buy low, right? Trying to think. Can you think of anyone off the top of your head who you're buying low on?
When we get to the news, there's actually quite a few I'm interested in, and it's so many receivers are day to day. I'll just get into this right now.
Yes, go ahead.
AJ Brown, Amari Cooper, Drake London, CeeDee Lamb, all day to days. So I'm buying low on whoever their number 2 is. Mooney,
Oh, okay.
Khalil Shakir, Devontae Smith, maybe not CD because Dak's also hurt. We'll get to that.
Ugh.
Ugh. But just looking at some of those. So looking at some of those guys again, day to day they'll probably play, but I think all of those are kind of wide receivers. The number 2s in each of those offenses provides good fantasy value.
In regards to like wide receiver ones, you might be able to go get. I like Amari Cooper.
Yeah. Well, we love Amari.
We love
Cooper on
Amari
this show.
Cooper. I think that's a good
love
one.
Yeah.
I just don't think you're going to get any of those A.J. Brown, your CeeDee Lamb. You're not going to get them for the cheap right now.
No, I'm saying I would get the number 2 guy in the offense there.
Gotcha. Do you think you could buy low on like a Jalen Waddle?
Probably.
I feel like
Jalen Waddle's really underperformed this year.
correct.
Well, so is Tyreek Hill though. So
It's almost like you said that.
I
Who-
wish I
would've-
was wrong. But
You're
I've
like
been
every
saying
so
it all offseason.
often, I'm just you get it right.
Tyreek Hill, Cooper Kupp, Mike Evans. Those were the 3 guys I kept saying stay away from. Devontae Adams.
Cooper Cup's fine. He just got hurt.
What do you mean?
He's fine.
He was hurt.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
He just
though.
got back. I'm saying he's not going to have a 1,000-yard season.
Yes, he will. I think he'll handle. I'd be curious to know what he's at right now. Are you able
Well,
to-
I'll tell you.
yeah, why don't you tell us?
So
No,
no, it wasn't 1,000-yard season. It was 1,500-yard seasons.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I even took it
yeah.
a tier further. I said
Yeah.
1,250. That was my
that's
book
probably
it
not going to
officially.
happen.
But
Yes. So, spoiler
He
alert,
has
people. Cooper Cup's not.
302 yards.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
He's gonna. Well, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he's 100 yards the rest of the way. He's going to need 100 yards the rest
He's
of the
going to need
way.
a lot of yards. Yeah.
That's funny. All right, let's go ahead and get into these. As anyone who has been familiar throughout this season.
Well, what about other news, Jake? You're just going to zip right through the news like that?
No, but I will finish what I was saying because
Okay.
we're going to talk about some guys that we like this week. Guys you typically don't start every week, but might offer some good upside. But before we do that, Jordan really wants to talk about the news, so go ahead.
All right. Jeez. Why do you say it like that?
No, I'm not
Why
saying
you give me
like
so much
anything.
attitude?
I'm not saying anything. I'll just be quiet. Go ahead.
All right. I mentioned it obviously a little bit, but Dak Prescott
Uh-huh.
is.
Sorry. All right, go ahead.
For those of you who are listening, Jake is looking at his phone, looking uninterested. I'm sorry, Jake. Take a sip of water there. Dak Prescott injured his hammy, was pulled from the game, likely to miss multiple weeks.
Ugh.
They fell to 3-5. There's a nice viral moment of Mike McCarthy. The Cowboys getting absolutely torched, and Mike McCarthy just slamming the tablet on the ground.
What a poor guy. I mean,
They're in full meltdown mode.
Yeah. Yeah,
Full
it
meltdown, so.
sucks for everything fantasy related.
Correct. Yep.
I mean, Dak hasn't really been a world beater this year so far, but a Cooper Rush isn't the answer. So I mean,
sir.
it just kind of sucks. It just sucks for everyone. He's already a mid QB like 15 or something like that on the year, so it's not. But it kills CeeDee Lamb. That's what it does.
And CD also got banged up.
Yeah.
He's considered week to week right now too. I expect he'll end up playing, but CeeDee Lamb, even for I'm using quotes here, like a quiet Cowboy season, CeeDee Lamb is currently wide receiver 4.
Yeah, he's been doing really well.
So he's been playing great.
So that just sucks.
Yep. Another reason that trading might be important for you if you have guys like CeeDee Lamb on your
right.
team.
Go get Brandon Cooks.
Who's on IR? Don't go get Brandon Cooks. So that is that. The only other, I would say, interesting thing to discuss, even though it's not really fantasy relevant, is Dennis Allen got fired. So Saints have dropped 6 straight after winning their first 2.
So fun stuff about this. Carolina, every time Carolina plays someone, it seems like somebody's getting fired. Carolina beats the Raiders, they just can a bunch of people. They beat the Saints, can their coach. They're the Carolina Reapers.
Yeah.
And then
they are. If you lose to the Carolina Panthers, that is universally accepted in the NFL as it's time to make a change.
Correct. Yes. Dallas better hope they're not coming. It's not good. I also saw that Dennis Allen's been fired mid-season twice now as a head coach.
Ooh, he won't get another chance.
Yeah, Derek Carr was his quarterback both times.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Poor Derek.
They did say Derek Carr will remain the starter. So.
Well, yeah. Did you see Spencer Rattler? I mean,
yeah, it wasn't that great either. So.
It was, and then we didn't cover it, but there was some drama between Michael Thomas and. Do you see all that?
Yeah, And they
Right.
were like, you know,
Oh, but that's because
Came
Chris
back and forth.
Olave got a concussion that was pretty bad.
yes.
But yeah, and then Derek, you know, Michael Thomas is just like, you know, Derek Carr's trash. That was a terrible throw. He's just putting him on blast. And then Derek Carr gets up there at the podium and he's just like, yeah, we just don't see eye to eye for some reason. I wish him nothing but the best. I hope he gets on a team.
Oh,
You're like,
take
"Whoa."
that. Yep.
Yeah, Michael Thomas. He's been done for about 6 years. So
Correct.
But
Yep.
we're talking about him again.
So relevant. Yeah, it's got to stay relevant. Last little thing here: CMC's practice window opened back up, so that's exciting.
I think he's gonna play
After the bye, probably.
No, well, this is his bye, so it looked like this upcoming week he should be playing. on
Oh, in
Sunday.
week 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, if that's the
Um,
case, thank God for anyone who drafted him first overall.
First overall pick. Yeah, that was another one I was right about, just for the record. Which we are keeping track of score, and we will come back to this book it, but
Yeah. Ooh.
CMC likely not going to finish overall number 1 like you predicted.
Well, I mean, I didn't predict injury, neither did you. So
Yeah.
yeah, you didn't. So here we go.
All right. Moving on.
I'm moving on.
That's it.
Love it. All right, some guys we like this week. So we just decided we picked one from Thursday, one from Friday, or excuse me, one from Thursday, one from Monday, and then 2 from Sunday.
Correct. Yep.
So let's start out with Chase Brown. We went Chase Brown this past week. He killed it
Or this coming Thursday.
this
we have
upcoming
Chase Brown
Thursday
against the
against the
Ravens. Yep.
Eagles. I'm sorry,
Ravens.
I'm just
That was a mess. Start over. Bring it back.
I'm just having a hard time speaking today for some reason.
This past
This-
week, Chase Brown versus the Eagles. I just nothing is correct about that sentence.
I think I'm thrown off because the games are currently going. So week 9
Are
is
you
still...
watching it on the side?
No.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not. Chase Brown though, this past week, 27 carries, $120, no tutty, which is a bummer, but he then had 5 receptions. Yeah, 5 receptions. So like we had a good game.
Yeah, and Zach Moss is
Zach
out.
Moss is
indefinitely.
out,
He has a neck injury or something.
So
he's-
fire him up. Like I mean,
Oh, yeah.
those are wide receiver, or I'm sorry, running back 1 numbers. I don't know if we'll return that this upcoming week, but let's pretend maybe you were rocking the Jordan Mason train, and now that CMC's coming back, you need a running back. I think Chase Brown offers really good value, especially in a game that it's about time. This is a good Thursday night game. Like this should be good.
yeah, like teams are fighting back a little bit. Yeah,
Oh, I mean, Bagels Ravens is always good.
yep. So
So
it'll
give-
be scrappy. It's gonna be a
It's
scrappy.
gonna be scrappy. Start your Derrick Henrys.
Well, obviously.
Obviously.
Well, you weren't gonna start Derrick Henry.
I
Jake
was-
texted me this week. He's like, Derrick Henry is so good.
He's just so
He's like,
good.
he's just so good. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. So we want Chase Brown. I think his floor is a running back too. So fire him up, play him, enjoy it. Love playing a guy on Thursday. So
It just makes it fun to watch.
it makes
Are
it
you
fun to
kidding?
watch. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right. Moving on. Sunday. Why don't you talk about Drake May?
Jake loves Drake May.
He's the best quarterback in this draft.
J-
Is what I said.
Oh, I thought you still felt that. I was like, what? Yeah, no, you did say that. You love Drake May, and you continue to love Drake May. The rushing upside to me is like a
He had
surprising
95 yards
bonus.
rushing this past week.
He's like a running back more than he is a quarterback. Like he'll rush more than he throws. For.
How would you power rank these 3 or these 4 running back? Or jeez, I cannot speak. These 4 rookie quarterbacks. So it's Jaden Daniels,
Top.
like he's gonna win Rookie of the Year. Like it's over. Okay, but how would you so far seeing what you've seen? How would you power rank the other 3?
I gotta look at some stats here.
Oh no, top of the head. You gotta know the eye test. The eye test.
The eye test.
I go ahead.
I think I would say I would put Caleb.
No, that's wrong. He's last.
Caleb's last?
Yeah.
What's your order?
I loved what I was seeing out of Drake May. He is just whipping it. That last, I know shouldn't have anything to do with this ranking, but did you see that touchdown at the end of the game?
Of the end of the Patriots game?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Oh my God! Last second, just dancing around, made a great catch, threw it to wide receiver 1, Ramondre Stevenson. No, I'm just saying with the rushing upside, I love seeing what I've seen out of him. And then for me, I like Bo Nix.
You're right. Bo Nix.
He's been
I would put Bo
accurate.
Nix probably at 2, actually.
He's been so accurate. I guess it's not fair. All 4 of them have done pretty well. I think we can say that. So I think it's really just semantics who you prefer. The part that has bothered me a little about Caleb Williams, and it's so early, he's going to be great, right? Is first 2 weeks were tough, and then the next 3 weeks, great, and then now it seems the last 3 weeks, it's kind of went back to being really hard, and I think that's just part of being a rookie as well. But you want to see a consistent climb, not a this. So,
yeah, I think if I'm removing maybe my fantasy football lens from this, and I'm removing, I just think you're probably right. Drake May is probably doing the most impressive thing besides Jaden Daniels, of course.
yes.
Drake May has nothing. He has
Nothing.
a terrible offensive line. He has no weapons. Ramondre Stevenson is C+, B-,
C+
running back. He's fine, but he's not
2.8 yards a carry or something like that.
He's not like an elite weapon or anything like that. That I would argue Bo Nix has Cortland Sutton. Obviously, Sean Payton is an A+ coach or an A coach. Huh?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I agree with you. Jake May has nothing.
And then obviously Caleb has everything, and so maybe you do have to tear it out a little bit where Jaden Daniels is overperforming. He's playing great, and he's overperforming from what his weapons are.
Yeah.
I would say Drake May is also overperforming from what his situation is. So, all right, you know what, Jake? You might have convinced me, and I might even change it. I said Caleb Williams number 2, but I would say of all of them, Caleb Williams is actually underperforming from what his weapons are.
I would also agree in that.
Interesting.
DJ Moore has not had the season that we were expecting, which on a sidebar, cannot wait for that Book It episode. I made some nice things about Jaden Daniels, and they're working out really well.
They are working out pretty nice.
Anyway, we like him this week, though, against the Bears. We'll see Caleb Williams as well. Going to have to throw it. The rushing upside's there. Maybe you lost Dak, you're in a deeper league. You might want to start him. It's interesting. It's to a point now where in our dynasty league that we have with you guys, I have Aaron Rodgers as one of them, as one of my quarterbacks in a super flex, and I'm like, do I want to start him or Drake May? Just because there's more upside there because he's been so bad. So, it's in the conversation along with another quarterback who's been really good the last 2 weeks, and that's Russell Wilson. He's like the Russell Wilson of old.
Yeah. The last 2 weeks it's been...
Since he came back, he's been playing really well.
Surprising, yeah. Leave it to the Steelers to always find a way to field competitive teams, no matter what.
Oh yeah. The last 2 weeks, 2 touchdowns in both games. He's just been consistently fine. It's nice to see a Steelers quarterback throw it down the field a little. Going up against the Commanders, I'm guessing we're going to have to throw the ball a lot. So, I'm thinking a big game out of Pickens, a big game out of Russell Wilson here. Big game relative to 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I was just looking at the stats, 264, 278 yards. If you're looking somewhere between 250 and 300.
Yeah.
Pair of touchdowns. He had a rushing touchdown.
As long as he can keep the turnovers down.
Yeah, he hasn't had one. He hasn't thrown a pick yet. So
correct. So we like Russ this week too, and then rounding it out on Monday. Do you want to talk about Raheem Mostert, or would you like me to?
You go. You start because I'm going to look up his stats.
Okay, I got him right here. Is he a sexy pick? Absolutely not. Here's the thing: over 9 carries in the last 3 games. So he is. Oh, I'm sorry. his lowest touch game was in the last 5 games was 9 touches. So, I mean, we have touches of 10, 9, 11, 19. So I think that has a little bit to do with Devon Achane being out, but he's getting the ball. I mean, this is a deeper pick, you know. But you got a running back who's probably on your waiver wire, who's going to get you 10 touches, might be, you know, is in when it's the goal line time. So, you know, if you're looking for someone who's just, you know, a home run, like, oh God, I'm down 20, and it's either him or, I don't know, they're playing the Rams, so it's like
Rams,
Demarcus Robinson. I'm like,
yeah, it's like, oh,
give me the guaranteed touches, and he's still incredibly fast, especially for his age. Home run. He's the biggest Monday Night Miracle we've picked this year.
that is true. I would agree with that. That he is. I also think that now that Tua is back, their offense has a little more life, and they also have been leaning heavily on their run game to give to
Correct.
some, like, just a little bit of a security blanket. So yeah, I like this one, but I think you're right. This is one of the deeper ones we've picked, which makes it fun.
It does. I like it. So there you go, guys. There's week 10. Hopefully we can continue this winning streak everyone seems to be on except Jordan, which I love. He says,
All you got to do is make the playoffs, Jake.
all you C's get degrees. That's all we got to do.
You can squeeze into that last seed there in the playoffs, and then make magic happen.
Then you strike.
yeah.
Jordan, unless you have anything else you want to say?
I do not. Go vote.
Go vote. Go vote. Go vote. Go vote. All right, guys. Take